Everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Mama Happy, and if this is your first time coming across this beautiful face, you are welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for the love and support. Guys, today I'll be talking about how overwhelming motherhood is. And I'm not talking about this because I love my kids any less. I don't feel privileged to be a mother or anything of that nature. I love being a mother. I feel privileged. I feel blessed to be one, but it gets very overwhelming. Like, for instance, now I just came back home from work and it's like 6 o'clock, but I have to come in and think about what we're going to eat, worry about homeworks, worry about every other thing before I can even think about myself and worry about me. So it's a lot, guys. Um, my journey of motherhood started at a very tender age at 19. So I'm a teen mom at 19, and Lord, I stopped thinking about me and had to put someone else before me. And it's so hard to change the wheel at some point and put you first before any other person. It gets so hard. You forget to live for you. You're basically living for someone else, and that was me at that tender age. I'm not even sure what I studied. I actually wanted to study it. I was at a point whereby I was under pressure. I was under pressure in a sense that I understood that, you know what, I don't have time or room to gamble with time. So I need to get on with my studies and do something that will guarantee me a job, so I can work and take care of this human being that I brought to the world. So I stopped living for me. I stopped pursuing my passions and so forth because, like I said, I felt under pressure to just do what I need to do so um, I can provide for my son and give him the best out of life. So your everything tends to take a back seat. Motherhood as well is very lonely. um since I got into it at a very young age, I did not have time to go out with friends on a regular basis, as in time to party, time to do all those things. It was school and take care of my son, school, take care of my son. I had the help of my parents as well. Like I've said in my other video, my parents really stepped in and stepped up, and they were there, every step of the way. But still, I was not going to be that kid who was going to take advantage of what they were doing for me and end up going out and living my life, partying and doing all those things, knowing that I have a child out there that I need to, be there for. So if I was not at school, I felt obligated to be at home to look after that child, so that those who are helping me with my son can also get a break. So it's a very lonely journey, more especially when they're still young and they need you 24/7. It's so lonely. It was lonely. Even now, I just had my third child. It was so lonely. You forever inside the house, forever on working on their schedule. What do I mean by that? I mean, when the baby is up, you up. When the baby is up all night, you'll be up all night. When they sleeping, they say you should sleep as well so you can get some rest. But how do you do that when there's a million other things to do. It's exhausting. It's really, really exhausting. Whether you are a stay-at-home mom or a working mom, it's really exhausting. But I'm gonna talk from my experience, from what I'm going through. I'm a working mom, so, and I work very far. I travel so far for work, and I leave the house so early and I come back late. It's emotionally taxing for me. Why am I saying this? I feel like I'm giving my children less of my time, less than what I would love to give them. Because if I'm not spending time commuting to work, I'm at work. It's it's so emotionally draining, guys. It's so hurting. It's so hurting to a point that today it was raining as I was traveling to work, and traffic was so hectic. At some point I felt like resigning, handing in my resignation and saying I'm resigning with immediate effect. I can no longer do this. And it's because I leave the house in a hurry, in a rush, and I have to wake them up so early and prepare them so early and even leave before them, and trust that they will do things as I said. Sometimes their dad is there, but sometimes he also has to leave home early. So, and regularly, so I need to remind myself that I'm doing this for them, I'm doing this for us as a family, so I can provide for my family. So it's not that I'm doing it out of fun or anything like that. And another thing, like I said earlier, when I said it, I was under pressure to start working and provide for my kids, for my son, and give him the best out of life. Is if you have kids, it becomes so difficult for you to take a gamble out of anything, because you're not only gambling your life away, you're also gambling someone else's life, because you're responsible for this human being that you brought in this world. Now let's talk about homework. Homework, guys, is another dilemma on its own. I come back now, it's 6 o'clock, I'm tired. I have to see what we're going to eat for supper, and then I also have to attend to homeworks and to make sure that they do understand the work and they are up to date in terms of their school work. It's really taxing. It's so tiring. You're more, especially if they're not coping. Maybe in school they're not coping well, or they're not cooperating with you, like in terms of doing the homework. They don't want to do the homework, they don't want to participate in the homework. It's it's really tiring. And as a mother, always you have to be present. I can't really switch off, because they are here, they're calling me left, right, and center. Mama this, mama that, mama this, mama that, and you it's tiring. Not only that, you should, if you're someone who takes time to adapt to change with kids, you gotta be ready to adapt to change. Today they happy, you have to be happy. Then next minute they switch off, and now everyone has to switch off. They become the sweet little darlings, and then they become those rascals in a split second. They are so moody, they're throwing tantrums around, and you have to deal with that. And yeah, it can get to someone, it can get to you. So I get it, guys, I get it. Sometimes, and not only that, society puts a whole lot of pressure on us as mothers. When you go out and you leaving your kids, someone's like, you left your kids. Like, hello, I did. I can't pour from an empty cup. I did. When you take your kids to their grandparents, it's as if, I don't know, you don't want to be responsible for your kids, you don't love your kids or anything like that, but they there to visit their grandparents and you also need the time off. So if the grandparents can and they feel gracious to have their grandkids around, why not? Like, why should it always be us, you know? And the anxiety that goes with raising another human being, you'll forever be worried about them. Like, no matter what, you forever worried about them. Are they safe? Are they okay? We're living in a world that is so cruel. It's so cruel. So if you can protect yourself, unfortunately you cannot always be there for your kids. They have to get out of your presence, go to school, go there and there, and you're not there, you're at work, and you will forever worry about your kids. And that as well, the anxiety that comes with worrying about them, that worrisome, it's so texting on its own. It's emotionally draining. It's just, yeah, motherhood is overwhelming. The house, guys, it gets so dirty with kids around. They throw things around. My helper came in today, and already when I walked in, they made food. They left plastics on top of the table, left the dishes anywhere their head tells them to leave them, and one comes in and changes their uniform and they leave it here in the lounge. He left his school shoes here, so I don't know. It's me again. Either I pick those shoes up silently, so, or when he walks in here I say, hey, come pick your shoes up. There's me reprimanding. You can't just keep quiet when you have kids. So yeah, this is my life. This is the life that I chose. I'm It's okay. It's okay to say you're tired. It's okay to say you need a break. It's okay to say you need to switch off sometime. It's really okay, and you have to be present at all times. Things can easily get out of hand if you are not present with them. One can burn down the house while you in your own world as well. So, and they forever demanding your attention. It feels good to be wanted like that, but sometimes you just don't want anyone to call you. But yeah, thank you guys for watching up until now. And if this is the kind of content that you like, please do not forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and you can engage as well in the comment section. Until my next upload, bye and enjoy the rest of your day.